Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, where did the time go? Or maybe you've noticed that your energy isn't quite what it used to be. Those little aches take longer to fade, or you don't bounce back as quickly as you once did. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Aging is a natural part of life, but here's the good news. You have more control over how you age than you might think. Today, we're talking about the #1 anti-aging secret after 65, how to slow aging naturally, without expensive treatments or complicated routines. This isn't about turning back the clock or chasing youth. It's about feeling vibrant, strong, and full of life at any age. And the best part? It all comes down to simple, everyday habits that anyone can start right now. So, let's dive in. The first and most powerful habit is something you've probably heard before, but its importance can't be overstated: movement. Now, I'm not talking about running marathons or lifting heavy weights, unless that's your thing. It's about staying active in a way that feels good for your body. Think about it. Our bodies are designed to move. When we slow down too much, our muscles weaken, our joints stiffen, and our energy drops. But regular, gentle movement like walking, swimming, or even gardening keeps your blood flowing, your muscles engaged, and your mind sharp. One of my favorite examples is a woman named Margaret, who started walking just 20 minutes a day after her 70th birthday. At first, it was just around the block, but within a few months, she noticed she had more energy, slept better, and even her mood improved. The key? She made it enjoyable. She listened to her favorite music while she walked, and sometimes she'd invite a friend along. Now, let's talk about the second habit: hydration. This might sound too simple, but many of us don't drink enough water, especially as we get older. Dehydration can make you feel tired, foggy-headed, and even contribute to joint pain. The trick is to make drinking water a habit. Keep a glass or bottle nearby. Take small sips throughout the day. And if plain water feels boring, try adding a slice of lemon, cucumber, or even a few berries for flavor. And here's something you might not expect. Hydration isn't just about water. Eating water-rich foods, like cucumbers, watermelon, or soups, can also help keep you hydrated. My neighbor, Frank, used to complain about dry skin and low energy until his daughter encouraged him to start carrying a water bottle. Within weeks, he said he felt more alert and even noticed his afternoon slumps weren't as bad. Now that we've talked about the power of movement and staying hydrated, let's move on to something just as important: what you put on your plate. You've probably heard the saying, "You are what you eat." And when it comes to aging, that couldn't be more true. The right foods don't just keep you healthy, they can actually help slow down the aging process, boost your energy, and keep your mind sharp. So, what should you be eating? Let's start with colorful fruits and vegetables. The brighter and more varied, the better. Foods like blueberries, spinach, carrots, and bell peppers are packed with antioxidants, little warriors that fight off damage to your cells. Think of them as your body's natural repair crew. My friend Elaine, who's in her late 60s, started adding a handful of berries to her morning oatmeal and a big leafy salad to her lunch. After a few weeks, she told me she felt more energetic and even noticed her skin looked brighter. Small changes, big results. Next up, healthy fats. Now, I know fats got a bad reputation for years, but the right kinds are essential for keeping your brain and heart in top shape. Foods like avocados, nuts, olive oil, and fatty fish, think salmon or sardines, are full of omega-3s, which help reduce inflammation, a big culprit behind aging. One of my favorite easy swaps? Instead of butter on toast, try mashed avocado with a sprinkle of sea salt. It's creamy, delicious, and your body will thank you. And let's not forget protein. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, which can make us weaker and slower. But eating enough protein, whether from lean meats, eggs, beans, or tofu, helps maintain muscle and keeps you strong. A retired teacher I know, Bob, makes sure to have a source of protein at every meal, even if it's just a couple of eggs at breakfast or some grilled chicken in his salad. He says it's made a noticeable difference in his strength and stamina. Now, here's a habit that might surprise you: eating less often. Not less food necessarily, but giving your body longer breaks between meals. This is called intermittent fasting. And before you think, "Oh, that's just for young people," hear me out. Giving your digestive system a rest, say, by finishing dinner by 7 p.m. and not eating again until breakfast, can help your body repair itself more efficiently. It's like a nightly tune-up. Of course, if you have any health conditions, check with your doctor first. But many folks over 65 find that a 12-hour overnight fast, which is really just not snacking late at night, helps them feel lighter and more energized in the morning. Now, let's talk about something that doesn't go on your plate much, but is just as crucial: sleep. If there's one thing that can make you feel older than your years, it's not getting enough quality rest. Poor sleep affects your mood, your memory, even your immune system. But here's the thing: sleep patterns often change as we age, and that's normal. The key is to work with your body, not against it. Start by creating a calming bedtime routine. Maybe it's reading a book, listening to soft music, or doing some gentle stretches. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. And try to go to bed and wake up around the same time each day. And if you find yourself waking up in the middle of the night, as so many of us do, don't stress. Instead of lying there worrying, get up and do something quiet and relaxing until you feel sleepy again. A retired nurse I met, Patricia, swears by her no-clock rule. She turns her alarm clock away, so she's not tempted to watch the minutes tick by. She says it's made a world of difference in her sleep. So far, we've covered movement, hydration, eating well, and sleep, 4 pillars of aging gracefully. But there's one more game changer we haven't talked about yet. And it's not something you can buy in a store or find in a pill. It's your mindset. You see, how you think about aging has a huge impact on how you experience it. Studies show that people with a positive attitude toward aging tend to live longer, stay healthier, and even recover from illness faster. That doesn't mean ignoring real challenges, but it does mean focusing on what you can do rather than what you can't. Take my friend George, who took up painting at 72. He'd never held a brush before, but he decided to give it a try. At first, his paintings were, well, let's just say, abstract. But he kept at it, and now, 5 years later, he sells his work at local art fairs. More importantly, he says it gives him a sense of purpose and joy that keeps him feeling young. That's the power of embracing new experiences, learning, and staying curious. Whether it's picking up a hobby, spending time with loved ones, or even just laughing more, these things don't just make life more fun. They actually help keep your brain healthy. You know, after covering all these habits, it might seem like we've covered everything there is to slowing down aging naturally. But there's one last piece of the puzzle, and it's so simple that most people overlook it entirely. It's connection. When was the last time you laughed so hard your sides hurt? Or shared a long conversation with someone who just gets you? That feeling of warmth, of being seen and valued, isn't just good for your mood. It's powerful medicine for your body and mind. Studies show that strong social ties can lower stress, boost immunity, and even help you live longer. On the flip side, loneliness can be as harmful as smoking or obesity when it comes to aging. I know what some of you might be thinking, but my friends have moved away, or my family is busy. Here's the thing. Connection doesn't have to mean a packed social calendar. It could be as simple as striking up a conversation with the cashier at your grocery store, joining a book club at the library, or even volunteering once a week. My friend Helen, who's 78, started knitting blankets for newborns at her local hospital. She told me it gave her a reason to get up in the morning. Plus, she met a whole new group of friends at the knitting circle. And if getting out feels tough, technology can help bridge the gap. Video calls with grandkids, online groups for hobbies you love, or even just sending regular emails to an old friend can keep those bonds strong. The key is to reach out, even in small ways, because at the end of the day, we're wired for connection. It's what keeps us young at heart. Now, let's take a step back and look at the big picture. Slowing aging isn't about chasing some impossible fountain of youth. It's about stacking these small daily habits, moving your body, drinking water, eating well, sleeping deeply, staying positive, and nurturing relationships until one day you realize you feel better than you have in years. I want you to imagine something for a moment. Picture yourself 6 months from now. You're taking that morning walk you started, enjoying the fresh air. You're savoring meals that make you feel light and energized. You're sleeping soundly and waking up refreshed. And maybe you've even reconnected with an old friend or discovered a new passion. How different does that feel from where you are today? That future is absolutely possible. But it starts with today. Not tomorrow, not next Monday. Today. Maybe it's filling up your water bottle right now. Maybe it's calling a loved one after this video. Or maybe it's just taking a deep breath and deciding, I'm worth this. Because here's the truth. You are worth it. Every small step you take is a gift to your future self. And while none of us can stop time, we can choose how we move through it, with more energy, more joy, and more of the things that make life meaningful. So, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these habits resonated most? Have you tried any of them already? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might inspire someone else to take that first step. And if you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more tips on living well at any age. Remember, aging isn't about losing youth. It's about gaining wisdom, strength, and the freedom to enjoy life on your own terms. Here's to your health, your happiness, and all the vibrant years ahead. Now go out there and live them fully.